Hello, peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum. Once again, this is Celine Monique, and I'm going to show you guys how to script. I wanted to actually do this live, but for some reason, Facebook Live is tripping, and so I'm just going to pre-record it, and then you guys can go back through it and look at, watch the video, see how I did it and everything. But I am going to script, okay? We're going to learn how to script. So first and foremost, I want to change my font size. I want it to be a little bigger so you guys can read it. I like Times New Roman. Okay. How to script. All right. That's what we're focusing on right now. So in order to script, just a quick background and, just so that you understand exactly what scripting is. Scripting is actually writing out your vision. You're making it like you are writing it down so that you have like a plan as to what you are manifesting. Scripting is very powerful when it comes to manifesting in general because you are not only speaking it, which I encourage people to do, to speak what you want to occur in your life, what you are trying to manifest, but also when you write it down, it is like double trouble. Like you're doubling down on this manifestation. Like you are getting clear. And I know for myself personally, journaling, writing in general, rather it be like writing a letter to somebody, rather it's just like I need to write about my day, or I'm scripting out how I want things to go in my future. It actually it helps me clear my thoughts. It helps me get out all of those little details that I have been, wanting to express. And so scripting for you is going to be an excellent tool for manifesting. So how to script? You are writing out your vision. Okay. That's all you're really doing. You can, so you can do it in list form. So for example, if I'm going to write it out in list form, it could be, one, I want a new house. Let's put it like this. Let's be a little bit more specific. I own a new house. Okay. Number two, I receive $10,000. Number three, I am healthy. Okay. I have my perfect body shape. Okay. Number four, I meet the love of my life. Number five, I am vacationing in the Bahamas. Okay, let's just say that. Okay, so so you could list it. You could do it in list form where it's like I own a new house, I receive $10,000, I am healthy, I have my perfect body shape, I meet the love of my life, I am vacationing in the Bahamas. If you notice how I am writing, I'm not saying I will have or I want, because a state of wanting, so look at this as different. I want to vacation in the Bahamas. These are two different statements that you are scripting here. So I am vacationing in the Bahamas is completely different than I want to vacation in the Bahamas. The state of wanting is like desiring. It's like you're wishing, you're hoping, you're wanting it to happen. So it's kind of like you're in a state of daydream. Okay, we don't want to be in a state of daydream. We want to be in a state of being. So when you are scripting, you want to write in I am affirmations. I have, or like you already own it, like it's already yours. So I'm not writing I want to own a new house. I want to receive $10,000. I'm saying that I'm already doing that. I'm in a state of being. I am in the state of receiving the $10,000. I am in the state of owning a new house. I am in the state of healthy. Now, you may not feel healthy. You may feel sick. You're still going to affirm that in your scripting that you are healthy. Another thing is like you don't want to do, okay? I'm going to put this Actually, I'm going to put it in red so that you guys see. Okay, another thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to do it in the negative, okay? Like, I don't want to be broke anymore. I don't, I don't feel lonely anymore. I'm having trouble typing today. Okay, so I don't want to be broke anymore. I don't feel lonely anymore. Like, you don't want to affirm those things, those don'ts. Because really, from what I've learned and what I've been told, is like the universe responds to like the word broke. Okay, so I don't want to be broke. It's not looking at don't want to be. It's looking at broke. Okay, so it's going to bring you more broke. If you don't want to feel lonely, so like you're still feel lonely is what the universe is, the communication, the universe is getting that feel lonely. So you always want to affirm, okay? We want to affirm, I'm going to turn this back to black, in the positive, okay? We want to affirm in the positive always, all right? So instead of saying I don't want to be broke, I could write I am wealthy, okay? I don't want to be lonely. I have amazing people always around me, okay? Or the person, my specific person is always attentive. You know, I'm not, so we don't even need to use those words broke or lonely in our scripting. We want to focus on the positive, okay? So I'm going to put that down here as focus on the positive. Okay, we always want to focus on the positive. We do not want to focus on the negative, all right? So another form of scripting that I love is I absolutely love just writing out, like in a journal, writing it out exactly how I want something to happen. Okay, so I'm going to get specific, and you could choose which way works for you. I actually do both because I did, and I do encourage you guys to write down your list of 300 things that you want to manifest. Okay, so I want you guys to, you should do a list form, but you should write like, but this is another way to script is when you get descriptive scripting. Okay, you could get more into, this is where I really like, I take it kind of like journaling, and I'm really getting into it, and I'm really getting descriptive with what exactly I want and how a specific circumstance I want to play out. Okay, so if let's do like the vacationing in the Bahamas. Okay, so we're gonna get specific. So this may require you doing some research. Maybe you've never been to the Bahamas. So maybe now you're going to look at you're going to do some research. Okay, what can I do when I get to the Bahamas? What is the best resort? What is the, what opportunities can I have out there? How long do I want to stay? So you're going to want to probably do some research if you want to visit somewhere. So like, I want to visit Japan. I've never been to Japan. And so I would do research on like, where do I want to stay when I'm there? What resort or what hotel? What sites and attractions do I want to see? Do I want to be able to go shopping? How much money do I want to spend while I'm shopping? So this is where you really get into the description of what you want to occur. And I like to break this up like into circumstances. So for example, if I'm scripting about vacationing, it won't be, that's going to be separate from a scripting about, you know, handing over the check in full for my brand new $13 million castle. So it's going to be different. So it's two like circumstances. If you want to, you can script about work. Let's say that work has been not great, and like you don't like working for your boss, and you don't want to, you know, maybe you want to start your own business. Write it out. I want to start my own fashion line, and so I am going to, you know, I'm going to have celebrity clients. I'm going to sell 10,000 units in one day, and like write it out exactly how you want it. If you want to own a charity, you want to start this charity, or you want to start something, write it out. Like, this is exactly how I want it to go. I want to be able to purchase a building for this charity organization that I'm opening. I'm going to have 5 people, supporting me in the building. Write about it. We're going to be able to feed 100 people a day, to start off with. I'm going to have, just really, really get into exactly what you want. Okay, so we're going to get into descriptive scripting. So let's say, and you could write, you could title it if you want. I don't really necessarily title mine. I kind of, usually when I'm writing and I'm scripting, I kind of just, it's like I go into a zone. It's just like, I'm just writing freehand. And today I'm typing for you guys. But like, a lot of times, like, I suggest getting a journal and writing with a pen. Okay. Because like writing your vision, like to me, personally and just like spiritually, what I feel is like God has given us the ability to write. Like, he has taught us how to write, and yes, he's taught us how to type. And I believe that typing is a form of scripting. So when we talk on Facebook and we're typing out things like, I had a horrible day, or something, things aren't going right, or there's a rude person, we're typing that out on to, it's a form of scripting. And even though you may not really, you're not consciously thinking like, okay, I'm manifesting something bad. You might have scripted something through your text message, or you may have scripted something on social media. So, I personally just feel like God has given us the ability to use a pen. And because like even in the Holy Quran, like there's a surah, a chapter of the Quran called the pen. So I just feel like, this connection with this tool God has given us since writing began, there was always like a writing tool. So yes, scripting and typing is cool, and I see nothing wrong with it, but I just feel personally, for myself, it's more powerful if I'm able to write it out. But I am not going to write it right now because I'm on the computer trying to do this. So I'm gonna type it out. So don't worry. Like, if you just don't have a pen and a paper, you don't have your notebook yet, that's fine. You could type it, okay? I'm not saying don't type it. Or like if you're just in a moment, like you're out in public, or you're, you have a break at work, or you have a moment to yourself. Maybe you're sitting in the park and you have your phone on you, and an inspiration comes to you. Feel free to go ahead and just type it into your phone. Okay, so let's get started because I don't want to take too much time on this. I want you guys to get to scripting, okay? So my trip. So I'm gonna title this, and you don't have to do that. Another thing about my scripting, like my personal scripting, sometimes it does overlap. So I may go off into my financial situation and how I want that to work out, and then the next thing you know, I am just scripting into my business, and then I'm scripting into love life, and then I'm scripting into the new house, and I'm scripting into the children, and I'm just scripting into, things that I want. So sometimes it flows together. I'm not saying there's any wrong or right way. Just get it down. Write down however you want. So right now I'm going to keep it focused, okay? We're going to just laser focus on this trip to the Bahamas that I want to take. And the reason I'm doing the Bahamas is because I've already been there, and I'll just kind of script out, I had actually scripted my trip to the Bahamas in a children's book that I had written for my students, okay? In class like few years ago. And then I actually happened to read the story to my students recently, and I'm like, whoa, I scripted this vacation, and it was just a character in the story. It wasn't, but I must have, at that moment, I must have really wanted that to happen for myself, and I know that I did, because the way that I wrote it, that's how everything unfolded in the actual real world, in my 3D world. Okay, so my trips to the Bahamas. I am on an all expense paid trip to the Bahamas. I have my whole family with me. We are staying in the Atlantis Resort. When we arrive, we have wait, hold on, guys. I'm gonna move this. Why did it do that? Okay, I don't want it to do that. 1 second. Let me see if I can fix this. Oh, no. Okay, I gotta get this. I don't want it to do this. Why is it doing this? Just stay here. Just stay here. Okay, yes, like that. Okay, sorry guys for that. So we are staying in the Atlantis Resort. We are staying. You know what? Even before that, I have something that I want to add. Okay, I am on an all-expense paid trip to the Bahamas. I have my whole family with me. We are flying to the Bahamas first class. We have the best seats ever. The flight attendants treat us really well. We are super, okay, I'm going to come up. We are super comfortable on the flight. We arrive at in the Bahamas, and we take a how would you want to travel from the airport? Maybe you take a private vehicle. We take a private vehicle to the resort. Okay, so maybe you want to get, maybe you don't want to get on the janky tour bus thing. You know, maybe you want to get like, you want a nice car. So write it out. Like you want a private vehicle, a private driver that comes to pick you up. We are staying in the Atlantis Resort. When we arrive, they give us a room upgrade to the best room in the best rooms in the resort. Okay, we want to be at the top. We want to stay where Michael Jackson stayed, okay? Because there was a place in the resort we couldn't get to, but Michael Jackson, he stayed up there one time. And I want to go up there. We couldn't even, our room key didn't even get us, you know, up to that level. So we want to stay in that room. So maybe I'll put it is the room Michael Jackson stayed in. We swim with dolphins on this trip. We play in the water and do water sports. We eat at the best restaurants. Best restaurants. How am I spelling restaurants? How am I having restaurants? I'm having a moment, guys. Restaurants in the resort. We are super happy to see the most beautiful sunset ever. We also get the chance to go to the where do we want to go? We want to go to go on a boat ride to a local, to nearby islands, because we didn't get a chance to do that last time we were there. We didn't get a chance to get on this boat ride to these nearby islands that were even more beautiful than the beach we were staying at. Everyone we meet are super kind to us, and we are treated like royalty everywhere we go. We enjoy shopping in all of the stores in the resort, like Gucci, Prada, etc. We can buy whatever we want. Okay? And then if I wanted to add anything else to it, I could do that. But I think that this is like, this gives a good, like, feeling. This gives me like a good vision of what this would be. So now that I have written it out, what I also like to do is I like to record my scripting, some of my scripting, and I record scripting for other people. So if you guys would like me to script for you, message me and I will let you guys know about that. I do script. So like if you told me like what you wanted, I could script it out and then record it for you guys. That is a possibility. As long as I'm not super busy, I could do it possibly. Okay, so let's look. My trip to the Bahamas. So I would record it like this so that I could listen to it later. I could go back and listen to what I scripted. And then that helps in brain, embed it in the brain. Okay. So my trip to the Bahamas, I am on an all expense paid trip to the Bahamas. I have my whole family with me. We are flying to the Bahamas first class. We have the best seats ever. The flight attendants treat us really well. We are super comfortable on the flight. We arrive in the Bahamas and we take a private vehicle to the resort. We are staying in the Atlantis Resort. When we arrive, they give us a room upgrade to the best rooms in the resort. It is the room Michael Jackson stayed in. We swim with dolphins on this trip. We play in the water and do water sports. We eat at the best restaurants in the resort. We are super happy to see the most beautiful sunset ever. We also get the chance to go on a boat ride to nearby islands. Everyone we meet are super kind to us, and we are treated like royalty everywhere we go. We enjoy shopping in all of the stores in the resort, like Gucci, Prada, etc. We can buy whatever we want. This is the best trip ever. Okay, so I could leave it off or something like that. It doesn't matter. Okay, I got out what I want. I got it. And so I will also be doing I will show you guys like how to do a self-love one and a specific person. We'll do different ones, but this is like to get you started on what exactly you want. Okay, so just once again, real quick, I don't want to hold you guys on here too long, but how to script. Write out your vision. That's what scripting is writing out exactly what you want. You can do it in list form. You can write out 300 things you want to manifest. Make sure that you are focusing on the positive. Okay, we're focusing on the positive. And I'm actually going to make these just like a little. Okay, we're focusing on the positive. Also, let me bold these too so we know what to do. Okay, my trip to the Bahamas. This is my script. So once I get it all script out, then I can choose. It's awesome to record your scripting to hear it. Okay, so that you get it ingrained in your brain. So you're writing a really clear description of exactly what you want. And I hope that this was of some guidance. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I can also, I will also download this. I'll save this and I will try to put it into the group as a file so that you can have it and you can check it out for yourself. All right. You guys have a great day. Peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum.